on to the shelf of shame. This one, not this one. This is my favorite middle grades and they're perfect. This is the shelf of shame. I just realized I did this whole video and then I'm like, did I introduce myself? I'm Ellie. This is All Great Books. Stuff. This is video. Here we go. Enjoy it. So when we moved into this new place and I was reorganizing my books, please don't judge them. I have not really worked out an organizing system and it's kind of a mess. So please ignore all of this, except for this one and this one because it looks pretty. I decided that I would separate things into sort of two categories. I have a bunch of rereads that I plan on doing at some point, and I thought that I should start putting aside some books that I wasn't super excited for, whether that be because I've read the earlier books in the series and not really enjoyed them, or I haven't enjoyed that author, or I've started them and I've just never been able to finish them, or I'm not a super huge fan of that genre anymore, but I still have a bunch of books in it. And this is what we kind of ended up with. So it's like an entire cube of things because I had about 3/4 of one. And then just as I went to start filming, I was like, oh, there's a few more I could sneak on there that now that I'm kind of thinking about, I'm like, am I going to read that? The whole purpose of doing this shelf is that to make the decision, basically. I read them, I try them, and if I don't like them, I unhaul them, and then rather than just avoiding them and having them sit on my shelves for years until the point that I'm like, gotta get rid of it. So that is what we're going to work with. So the way that I'm planning on doing this, and of course it is me, so this may go terribly wrong, is to do like a reading vlog over a couple of months, maybe like 3 months or so, and pick a couple of books out for each vlog. I'm thinking 3 to go with the kind of 1 a month, but it will also depend on if I DNF a book and unhaul it, then that's not really going to be a good long vlog, is it? So what I am going to do is go through them and explain them in this video pretty quickly. We're not going to go into a huge amount of detail, just so I can show you what's on there. And if you think I should read one of them, you can let me know in the comments below and I will make a decision about where I'm going to start with these. I have some in mind that I'm like, yeah, I could probably read that one soon, but we're going to see where we end up. We're going to go through them in sections so that I can be putting things back and not making a huge mess. They're not really in any order. It was literally just how I unpacked them, and I didn't pack them in order. So we have the conductors, which I have started before. I think this is sort of horror adjacent, and so I'm nervous about it. Cousins by Patricia Grace. This was actually a gift from Lana, and this is a literary fiction about some cousins living in New Zealand. Not a huge lit fic fan, so again, nervous. Okay, I have Hotshot by Eden Dunn, which is an ice hockey romance I bought at Babe last year. I don't know why I bought this. I love ice hockey romances, but I'm very particular about them. I like the ones that I like, and I don't like others. I don't know why I picked it up. Especially, I think it's, yeah, it's like a nanny romance. We'll see. Okay, next I have these two. This is Atlantis Rising and Atlantis Awakening by Alyssa Day. I was super excited for these ones. I've picked this first one up a few times, read a little bit of it, never been in the right mood for it. Kind of feeling like maybe I will never be in the mood for them. Okay. Here for the Right Reasons by Jodie McAllister. This is a contemporary romance, usually a genre that I love. I've heard that this one is okay. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a go. It's sort of like a Bachelor reality show thing. We'll see. And we've got a whole bunch of contemporary stuff. This is Ophelia After All by Raquel Marie. This is YA. I don't really enjoy contemporary YA anymore. So there's a few on here that are in that genre. And I just want to kind of try them and maybe take them off my shelves. And then I have The Song of the Forever Rains by E.G. Mello. I also bought this one last year. Read 94 pages of it, was very confused, didn't really understand what was happening, but I also wasn't really reading at the time, so I think this is one that I need to be like in a good fantasy headspace for because it was quite confusing. So, okay, A Song of Wrath and Ruin by Rosie and A. Brown. This one's been on my TBR for years at this point. I've tried to read it once, wasn't in the mood for it, put it down pretty much immediately. I'm nervous about this one. I really want to like it, but I'm just nervous that I'm just gonna feel a bit confused about it. I don't know, the like tiny bit that I read was very confusing. So in my head, I'm just like, it's going to confuse me the entire way through. There is no possible way that it won't. Which is so stupid. But that's what my brain is saying. So yeah, I have heard good things. And this is a beautiful book. So I do want to read it. Okay. I have 7 Wherewithal Way by Samantha Ellen Bond. This is a fantasy middle grade. I was very excited about this one, and then I think I talked about it in a stream or a video, and I think it was Tracy who read it and said that she didn't enjoy it at all. So I think I remember seeing that, and then this book just got pushed further and further down the list. But I want to give it a go. So we'll see. There is someone watching this video who's going to be extremely annoyed by some of these books. And I'm sure if you've watched my videos for a while, you know that that person is going to be Eli. But he bought me She Gets the Girl by Rachel Lippincott and Alison Derrick, as well as Ophelia After All. I think those are the only ones. Anyway, he really likes this book. It's a contemporary YA. It's sapphic. I think both of those things that he bought me could be good. And I could really enjoy them, but it's just that I'm just not super fussed on the genre. Like, I don't think they're going to be bad, but it's more the fact that they're contemporary YA, and that's not what I'm feeling. Okay, some fantasy. This is Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier. I've always been a big fan of hers. I loved the Blackthorn and Grimm series. There was I don't remember what the name of the series is, but the first one was the Harp of Kings. I loved it when I read it. I went back and I reread it in order to continue the series, and it was terrible. And I hated it so much. And now I'm like, is this kind of the end of that kind of enjoyment of Marillier? We'll see. This one is kind of a big one. This is an older one from her. I've heard many, many good things about it. It randomly has a quote or a blurb from the Australian Women's Weekly, but we'll see. I don't know. Okay, then I have a couple from a series. This is the, I don't even know what it's called. Is it like the Valkyrie of something series? The Valkyrie of Birka, maybe. The Valkyries rule the Valkyrie Queen, and the Valkyrie Returns by Tanya Nielsen. I read the first one and really enjoyed it, and these are all quite thin, but I don't know. I don't know if this is one of the things that I bought at a book event, and I was really excited about it at the time, and then now that it's been over a year, I'm kind of like, why did I buy that? Why? Like, I didn't need to buy them. I could have just read them. I think they're all on KU. So I'm gonna read them, and maybe I will still enjoy them. I think I will, but I just don't think that these are books that I'm going to want to keep on my shelves, so I want to read them and move them along. And this one is the most petty book on this shelf. And that is Queen of Myth and Monsters by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the second book. The first book is up here somewhere in the reread section. I loved the first one. It was very smutty. It had basically no plot. It was perfect for what I wanted at that time. I bought them in, I guess, ahead of Babe. I was very excited. You know, they're traditionally published, so I got them from a bookstore. I took them all the way up to Sydney with me, and then literally, like, I think it was 20 minutes before the first event, the first day of Babe finished, Scarlett St. Clair posted on her Instagram and nowhere else that she was no longer attending Babe, and that she was still in the States and that she was working on a deadline. And I just thought that was incredibly disrespectful to not, you know, like at that point, you know that you're not going to make it to the event. Why wait until the first day is almost over to share that with people? So I want to read them because I want to, like, kind of, I think there's another book coming out. I kind of want to just finish these two. I'm going to reread the first one, and then I think I'm just going to get rid of them. But I enjoyed the first one and I want to know what happens here. So that's the only reason they're still on my TBR, or still on my shelves at all. It's very petty, I know, but I was very annoyed at the time and I don't want to move past that. Okay, we're back to the contemporary YA-ish. This is Afterlove by Tanya Byrne. This one's been on my TBR for years and years. I've put it on so many different TBRs for readathons and things. I've just never gotten to it. It's sapphic. This makes it look like I don't enjoy sapphic romance. I do. It's the YA contemporary of them. That's it. So, I don't know. This one is about, like, one of the girls dies and then, I don't know, her girlfriend is still alive and she's, I don't even know. I don't know. I have no idea. But I want to try it because I have been super excited about it in the past, so I don't want to just... Okay, now we have two from the same author. We have Blackbird Rising and Unlit by Kerry Arthur. I got these ones as well at a book event. I've read a few from Kerry Arthur. I think maybe 2, maybe. And I didn't really enjoy either of them. I wanted to try these. Oh, this is just like a post-apocalypse thing, but this is a like modern fantasy inspired by the King Arthur legend. That sounds kind of interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to like them because I haven't liked the ones in the past, and also didn't have the best experience meeting Kerry Arthur. I'm going to be honest. She was a little rude. I don't know. She was one of the only authors that I've met at an event who was rude. There were maybe like 3 or 4 in total. And yeah, she just wasn't particularly nice. But these might be really good. I don't know. Okay, last couple now. Let's stay with the indie vibe. This is Eternal Covenant by K.J. Inglis. I bought this one at a book festival. She was just a author that was there. It's, paranormal romance. I don't know why I bought it in hindsight, because I'm so fussy with my indie books. I want this, because they're so expensive, I want to know that I enjoy the author before I buy them in most cases, and I just did not do that with this at all. So kind of regret that, but it could be really good. I don't know. Hang on. I feel like I'm missing things. Didn't I have a whole... Oh. Because they're up there. Whoops. I was like, I had another series, I swear. Okay, let's talk about these and then I'll grab those. So I have these two. If Love Had a Price and If We Were Perfect by Anna Huang. Read the first 2 books in this series. Again, I don't know why I bought these. This was at Rare. I didn't really like them. I bought the first one because I read a bit of it and I was like, oh, this is really good. And then I finished it and I was like, okay, it was okay. But I'd already purchased these. So, yes. Thank you, past me. These are following different characters. The first 2 were the same 2 characters. So that gives me a little bit of hope, but I'm just finishing them. I just want to finish the series. That's it. Okay. Now let's talk about the ones that I've got up here. Okay. I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbor mowing or anything, but I do not have any other time to film this video. So it's getting done today. You're just going to have to deal. So this series, also bought it at Babe. This is The Lachlan Feuds by Robin DeMel and Elle Madison. So we have book 2, Tarnished Crown. 3 is Crimson Kingdom, and 4 is Obsidian Throne. I've already read book 1. This was a situation, again, where I read a bit of the first book, was like, oh, this is really good. Bought the whole series and then finished the first book and was like, that wasn't the same. It wasn't the same vibe at the end as it was at the start. And now I have this entire series. With this one, the authors were so nice. They were so lovely that I feel bad if I don't continue the series. So I have them. These are YA fantasy. Ugh, I don't know. I don't want to finish them. That's it. Okay, and then last but not least, I have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Some of these, maybe 2 of them, maybe 3 of them, I don't remember, are going to be part of a different vlog, but they are on this shelf because it is the Shelf of Shame. This is very popular. I was never really interested in it, and I think I found this on the same day as Red Rising in a little free library, and I was like, well, might as well give it a shot since, you know, I'm not paying for it, and also, you know, it's not a library book. Oh, there is a... Oh, cool. It looks like whoever bought this book from Port Douglas, which is a very nice town. I mean, I haven't been there since I was like 5, but it was very nice when I was 5. That's cool. There's a little... The Book Lounge, Port Douglas. If you're in Port Douglas, there you go. Yeah, we're gonna see. Very low expectations here. We'll see how we go. That is the Shelf of Shame. Please let me know if there are any that you are interested in seeing me read. Doesn't mean that they have to be good. If you want to see me suffer, that's valid, and I'm happy to suffer for you, some of you. We're gonna see how this goes. And I'm thinking my first video will be in about July or so to give me some time with Eurovision-a-thon this month and just some time to read things. So that's it. Let's see how we go. I've said that so many times in this video, but like, what else do I say? I'm terrified. This could be an absolute disaster. Some of them could be really good. We don't know. We will find out together. That's the end of today's video. Hope you're all doing super well. Let me know if you would consider a Shelf of Shame. If you have anything that you like that would be on there, I'd love to hear it. And I'll see you all next time.